What is up, my friends? Good morning. It is an absolutely beautiful, well, it's Tuesday morning. No, it's Wednesday morning. That is Enchilada Day here in Arkansas. I just wanted to log in and let you know that I love you and I care about you and I'm thinking about you and that you are worthy and you're important. Regardless of what you or someone else might have convinced you of lately, you are a bad motherfucker. And that is the truth. You have to react like a bad motherfucker now. You come across a problem, an issue, something that's going on in your life. Well, you got to think about it. Don't overreact. Approach it calm and coolly. You know, I remember a story. Teaches you patience and what's important. It's also kind of, well, misogynistic, but there's a young bull and his daddy are standing on top of a hill and they're looking over the herd. And the young bull says, "Dad, let's run down there and fuck one of them cows." And Dad says, "No, son, let's walk down there and fuck them all." See, now that's patience. And I know in today's age that might not be something that people want to hear. It's on some movie I saw, but patience is rewarded. And you have to know your own badassery to react with the right kind of patience to get your reward. Think positive. Be positive. Huh? Go elephant hunting with a BB gun and bring that salt shaker. Because you're going to succeed. Just take your time. Little bites, baby steps, whatever the hell you want to call it. But be positive and rely on help of others. If they're there to help. And don't be resentful if they've got more going on in their own fucking lives. You know? Because if you can't help them, how can you expect them to help you? And I know you've already done something for all these people. You're the kind of person who's pulled them out of all kinds of shitholes and shit when they need it. But right now, they might need your help. Ain't nothing like needing help and giving it to someone else at the same time if you're able. Oh, shout out to Brett Bear. Man, I'm glad he ended up being okay. Yeah, that... you seen how they flipped over on the side, slid off the road and everything. Him and his kids, and there were some injuries, but they're okay. He came back to Washington to let everybody see it. Class act, that guy. If you want good, fair news on Fox, Brett Bear. Oh, let's see. Right now, you have this shutdown still. And they're saying all these people blame the president. Schumer is saying his numbers are tanking. His numbers are coming up. He's rose 19%. That's our 20. By now, it's more than that. I probably with Latinos. All these minorities are doing better because of this deregulation that all these people are screaming about. Nothing is as it seems. Because if it's true, like these kids, these Covington kids with the MAGA hats and that Indian dude that went up and basically got in a child's face trying to bully him into moving back. And all of these liberal leftist asshats are pissed because he didn't make way and let that guy walk right through his group, walk into his group and I don't understand what that guy thought he was doing. He wasn't interjecting himself. The black Hebrew Israelites had already stopped their harassment. I don't get it. This guy gets on TV and cries and shit. I mean, ridiculous. The man lied. The Indian man lied. And now other people are lying. These kids are giving these people like 48 hours to retract and fix their shit, or they're going to sue. I think that's pretty badass. Defamation. They got a good case. Let's get this shutdown over with. It's time to fund the wall. Chuck and Nancy, Granny and old Weeping Chuck. It's not. You can't say it. He called it a compromise, Chuck, because it is a compromise. He came down and he talked to people. He didn't talk to you, but he talked to all kinds of rank and file people who are willing to make sense. They're not just resisting and obstructing. Oh, Granny Pelosi. How in the hell can you put Ocasio-Cortez on the Oversight Committee? Just to get her to shut up, you bribe this woman with this committee appointment? What she needs to do is keep attacking the swamp, because that's what she's doing. She's getting after the swamp, and you shut her up with a committee appointment. Crooked-ass motherfuckers. Ocasio-Cortez. She said something the other day, and I know the global warming, I had some guy that lived in a cave for a while attack me on here about global warming. He says he's a climate scientist, which is a bullshit and made up title. Because if he's a climate scientist, I'm a printing scientist. I'm a paper scientist. Whatever the heck, I'm an ink scientist. You can study the climate, but that doesn't make you an expert on the climate. Especially if you're saying if we don't do something in the next 12 years, the world is going to end. Let's understand something. The reason why North America was populated when Christopher Columbus or the Vikings or whoever came over here, when the Polynesians, whoever found it, was because there was an ice bridge. Most of North America was covered in glaciers. It was icy down to the fucking Gulf. So you see, it's receded that much. It ain't just happened in the last 10 years. The ice age is ending. The Egyptian civilization ended because the ice age is ending. That's how long that's been going on. Ice ages are not natural on this planet. They've happened because the sun has been blotted out in one way or another. Volcanoes or ash from volcanoes or meteoric strikes and the atmosphere being blotted out. You see? Does it make sense? No, probably doesn't. Of course the climate is changing. It's called weather. That's a quote. That's from President Trump. He never denied climate change. Ain't nobody denying the climate is changing. It's always been changing. It's called weather. But when you realize that glaciers have receded that much, that the sea level was a lot lower and now it's a lot higher from back then even, that the sea level hasn't just rose in the last 10, 15 years. It's been rising for hundreds of years, thousands of years. That's like all these people who ignore dinosaurs. Where did they come from? If God created man first, we had to live on the planet together, didn't we? Where's that? It's just an odd thing. I think there were a couple of different divergent civilizations along this time, and well, if you look back, there were people around here a lot longer than what Our history says there were. And there's evidence of that. All right, I'm going to go to work, but I do want you to know that I love you and I care about you and I'm thinking about you and that you are amazing. You're worthy. You're a bad motherfucker. It's going to be okay. Be positive. Think positive. Act proactively. And good things will happen. Do for others. If you see somebody who's cold or hungry, do something about it. McDonald's right over there on the corner. About $3.50, $4, $5. You can get them a burger and a drink. They ain't hungry for one night. You helped out. Be the bad motherfucker I know you are. Have a good one.
Lil Doggy.